Hey LGBTeens! I'm August.
I'm Emery, and we're your Sunday guests on this channel.
We're gonna continue the topic of being queer in school.
But first, a little bit more about us.
We both identify as queer. We both identify as trans, non-binary, boyish.
I identify as more demi than not demi.
I identify as polyamorous.
I identify as not. I'm not ready for that one yet.
I identify as granola. Okay. In general, high school is gonna be pretty cis-sexist. Anything that's made to fit everyone will cater to the most privileged and the majority. This means that unless you go to a really awesome school, you will probably encounter gendered restrooms, 2 locker room options, the exclusion of trans students in sports, the assumption that the name on the roster is the one you identify with, and the insistence that this is all how it's supposed to be. That you are just being difficult if you ask for or need more than that. And I'm sorry to say this, but there's a good chance that if you're a trans person in school, you might not get all the support and love you need from your teachers. Unfortunately, school as we know it today focuses more on equality than it does justice, and this means that your differences, your personhood and identity might not be taken into account. And this sucks. It sucks that you might have to justify and defend your identity, and that you might have to take the role of an educator when maybe self-care should be your priority. It sucks that school is made a safe place for those who generally need one the least. So I send you my love and support. You do have support, maybe with your friends or your family or your online community. If you were lucky enough to go to a school with a GSA or some other queer club, you have support there. And if you have the energy and the privilege, do not be scared to advocate for yourself in school. Know the anti-discrimination laws in your state and know the anti-bullying policies in your school. And most importantly, correct people over and over. Do not try to correct yourself. Demand respect in your identity because it is valid regardless of the dated, ageist views of adults in schools. And you can get through this. Also, if you're currently in middle school, I promise it gets better in high school.
Okay. We have a really big problem in the United States right now. The school-to-prison pipeline is criminalizing youth by pushing them directly into the prison system. The school-to-prison pipeline disproportionately affects queer youth. In fact, 1/3 of LGBTQ youth who drop out of high school do so because they were facing harassment in school. LGBTQ youth are also 1.4 times more likely to be expelled than straight youth because of the zero tolerance policy. Zero tolerance policies leave no room for circumstances like self-protection or accidents, nor do they solve the problem of harassment. Queer youth do not only deserve an education, but a sanctuary to be taught, free of harassment and discrimination that will negatively affect the learning process. I myself am a survivor of the school-to-prison pipeline. I was not receiving the tools I needed to get through it and ended up missing my entire sophomore year of high school. School was always hard for me, and I was not receiving the tools and resources I needed to get through it. This temporary break from school led others to give up on me and for me to give up on myself. I came very close to dropping out, but luckily I got referred to a program that ended up fitting my needs perfectly, and I am so grateful for that. I advise students to exhaust all options available to them and to go out and find options when they're not handed to you. Seeking help and getting your needs met is an honorable thing to do. And it's okay if mainstream school isn't for you. It wasn't for me. So the best advice I can give you is do not let people push you out, because you deserve to be here.
If you want to see more of our faces, we have a personal channel that we will link you to in the description. We also have a weekly spot on FTM Transtastic where you can see us once a week.
Subscribe to my face.
Thanks for watching The Thing We Made You. Bye!